I'm Pat Kiernan. Welcome to Pat's Papers. Each day we go through U.S. newspapers, big and small, to bring you an idea of what the nation's talking about. Here's what we found today. Could it have really happened that fast? There's a close-up photo on the front page of the New York Times of Barack Obama's head and the gray hair that's emerging. The Times says it happens to all of them, referring to presidents past, but the story says it's still a little surprising to see it happening just 44 days into the job. There is concern in Washington over the power the president has given to the various czars he's appointed. He has these super aides for health care, for the economy, for energy, for urban issues, and there are more to come. This prompts a report in the LA Times today that some lawmakers and groups say he may be concentrating power and bypassing Congress. Also in the LA Times this morning, a setback for the pharmaceutical business covered in many newspapers this morning after the Supreme Court ruling that said federal approval of a prescription drug does not provide a shield against lawsuits from an injured patient. The specific case involved a musician from Vermont whose arm had to be amputated after she was treated with an anti-nausea drug. Papers across the country have details about the federal housing relief program. It's localized in many places. On the front page of the San Francisco Chronicle, they make a particular point of emphasizing that the ceiling on this program is high. It's set at $729,000. Typically, federal housing programs cap out somewhere around $400,000, which means they haven't been much help in high-cost markets like San Francisco. There's big coverage on this in the Miami Herald. The South Florida market has seen a massive downturn in home prices. The story says a third of homeowners in Miami-Dade and Broward are upside down on their mortgages right now. The International Criminal Court has issued a war crimes arrest warrant for Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir. He was defiant in a parade through Khartoum yesterday. That photo in the Philadelphia Inquirer this morning. It is the first time the court has sought the arrest of a head of state. An asteroid buzzed by the Earth on Monday, the huge rock about 48,000 miles away. That sounds like a lot, but one expert quoted in the Boston Herald today says that is pretty darn close. Oscar-winning screenwriter and Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Horton Foot has died at the age of 92. He passed away at his daughter's home in Hartford. Foot won the 1962 Academy Award for Best Screenplay. The Hartford Courant interviews a local artistic director who says Foot was one of our greatest American storytellers. Okay, my daughter rides the school bus every day. Sometimes after school, when I hear what they've been talking about on the bus, I wish there was some sort of distraction on the bus, but some parents are telling the Denver Post that this new school bus entertainment system that their kids are exposed to is not the answer. It is a customized radio program, but it includes commercials. The intent of this radio program is you calm kids down by giving them something to listen to. Critics say the commercial messages are being delivered in a venue where parents have no ability to monitor or control what's being heard. A timeless teenager turns 50 in celebration of Barbie's 5 decades of long-legged plastic perfection. The Boston Globe examines the evolution and possible extinction of the world-famous doll. Toy reviewer Stephanie Oppenheim quoted, she says, "I honestly cannot find an 8-year-old who plays with Barbie anymore." They're almost ready for the Iditarod dog sled race in Alaska. It starts on Saturday. Trouble is, they can't find the track. There has been so much snow in some areas that the trail is buried in many places along its 1,000-mile path to Nome. A couple of tech stories from the New York Times, a piece about how to tame your overflowing email inbox. Writer Farhad Manju says, "It wasn't easy for me to curb my time in my inbox. Email was like a drug. I needed a constant fix." He says that's a good sign you need help. The newest version of the Safari web browser is out. Walt Mossberg reviews it in the Wall Street Journal today. He says it delivers on his claim that it is the fastest browser out there, but he says it falls short on other features. He writes, "The results were striking. In nearly every case, Safari 4 was much faster than any of the other browsers." But then he goes on to explain some of the changes he doesn't like the fact that there is no progress bar to show you how quickly a big web page or a big file is loading. Finally, USA Today, a story on American Idol, begins this way. It says, "All season, American Idol's judges have raved about the strength of this year's crop of male contestants. Turns out the viewers agree." 9 of the finalist spots for this year's contest have been handed out. 6 of those finalist spots so far belong to men, only 3 to women. There is a chance, though, tonight for the judges to inject some gender equality with the wild card round. We invite you to come back every day to get all the top news from U.S. newspapers at patspapers.com. On our website, you'll find links to all the stories that I've featured today.